All right, greetings and salutations, everyone. Welcome to the Crypto Truth, where I give you the truth as I see it. Okay, so as promised, I'm making another video right after the other one because I know I can just go on all of these I can just ramble on. So we all know that Ripple just won, right? So XRP is not a security. This is going to be open floodgates. Where's daily what is it called? Crypto. It's where is it? Daily. I keep forgetting the Coin Market Cap. Wow. I'm gonna go to Coin Market Cap real quick. See what's going on. All right, so XRP is pumping. Shh. Oh, I thought it went to $1. I'm like, oh, that's Tether. I'm like, damn, that was a quick jump. Look at this, people. It has jumped way, way up. It's up 72%. And this is what we expected, right? We should expect XRP to probably be around $2-3. That's my own personal opinion. When it gets to, as I stated before, when it gets to what is it called again? Coinbase, it's going to launch again, and I'm gonna get. I don't care whether it's $20 or $30. Obviously, you guys know I don't have like big stacks of of anything, but XRP I don't. But let's take a look at HOT. Let's look at HOT. Let's talk a little Holochain. Let's talk about Holo real quick. So it's been steady going up as of late, sort of. Let's look at the 7-day here. So you guys can see it's kind of sort of been going up. We need to have a real honest conversation with ourselves about HOT. A lot of people don't really understand that HOT is not available in the United States yet. And when it does, I suspect, now at this point, there's no excuse. To me, there's no excuse why HOT should not be listed on Coinbase. Especially if XRP is not a security. And I'm going to tell you guys, I'll give you guys a couple of reasons why I believe that HOT would not be considered a security ever. But it's very possible Holofuel might. And I know that a lot of you guys are going to be pissed off with me about Holofuel. I know you guys are Holofuel fans. I just got some Holofuel myself. How did I get Holofuel? Well, I have a Holoport myself. So it's not like I'm against the project. I do have, I went through the alpha testing. I got 10,000 Holofuel. It's not a lot, especially if it's equated to 1-to-1 with the HOT token. It's definitely not a lot. And so it's important to realize that I'm a supporter of the Holo project. Now, here's the reason why. I've talked about this before, but there's if Dogecoin, if Shiba Inu can be listed on Coinbase, HOT can be listed on Coinbase as well. And when that happens, I'm going to rethink some things. but that has not happened yet. So here's the reason why. Holofuel, and this all goes back to the Howey test. And so this whole thing right here, this is what I have a problem with. The Holo network will be facilitated using a token called Holofuel, which is actively being tested and will act as an accounting system to pay hosts for their services. In 2018, the project minted an ERC token, HOT, also known as the HOT token, as an IOU that will be redeemable for Holofuel upon launch. This has since changed. It's been said on Twitter. Arthur Brock has said it. Eric Harris Brown has said it. Mary Camacho has said it. They all said it. This is not the hot is not just an IOU anymore. It's just not. It is a possibility that people can exchange hot for hollow fuel 1-to-1. I'm not going to get for some of you guys. I understand that. You may be new to the crypto space, and if you're new to the crypto space, if you're new to Holochain, make sure you do your own research. There's a lot of videos. The Holochain project have a lot of videos out there explaining all this stuff, what hot is, what hollow fuel is, what the holo network is, what holo ports are, right? And so I need you guys to understand that when it comes to hot, it's going to be used for many different ways. And not only that, but the hollow fuel token, right, is for those who have hollow ports like me, right? Right here, down here. Hosts either install software on their computer. That won't happen until after at least 6 months, right? After at least, God, come on. I did it again. Okay. Hosts either install software on their computer. That won't happen until after 6 months and that's when they have the swap. That's 6 months of the swap, and it may be even longer than that. Probably will be, especially with the pace that's been going on right now. Their computer that runs in the background and automatically allocates extra processing power to Holochain-based dApps or HAPs, or they operate a dedicated machine such as a holoport. So I have a dedicated machine, a holoport. In exchange, hosts are paid in hollow fuel, a token that is specifically designed for microtransactions. The design for hollow fuel is expected to allow Holo network to process billions of simultaneous transactions, right? And so this says this project's business plan centers on building a P2P ecosystem of host applications, comparing its intended effect on app hosting to that of Uber and Airbnb on the taxi and hotel industries, respectively. Holo charges a fee on a hollow fuel transaction. We all know that Atatsum has said that he calls it the holo jar. So its revenue model is directly tied to growing the number of applications and hosts on the network. This is, I think, an issue because the revenue model is tied to how many applications and hosts are on the network, which means that this the number is going to increase or decrease. Hollow fuel will increase or decrease. Now, obviously, that is done to create stability, right? Within it says we'll go back to this statement here. But hot, on the other hand, hot has a fixed amount, and so as money, as currency, or whatever you want to call hollow fuel, continuously is exchanged into hot will be that bridge where people use to exchange that to go into Ethereum networks or whatever exchange or whatever decentralized exchange that they have. Hollow fuel will be redeemed because there's going to be a reserve account, right? So hollow fuel, let's say, I'll give you an example. Let's say I have a hollow port. I earn 10,000 hollow fuel, and I want to use that hollow fuel. Now, in the United States of America, nobody's using hollow fuel, right? It's not a thing. So I'm going to switch my hollow fuel, change my hollow fuel to, I don't know, can I do a CBDC? Can it be XRP? So because they're saying that their reserves are going to be backed by many different currencies, which means that it could be a CBDC. If the local government has a CBDC and wants everybody, then the whole network are going to have a bunch of CBDCs in their wallet in their reserve account. And that's how I got it. Please tell me if I'm confused, but that's how I got it. Okay. So, how many hot coins are there in circulation? Holo held in this community offering 133 billion. Hot 75% allocated to public sale. 44 being 25% reserved for the team and company. Teams and tokens were not subject to vesting or lockup periods. Once Holofuel is launched, what it's not, hot tokens will be able to swap at a 1-to-1 ratio for Holofuel tokens. In January 2019, Holo stated that instead of being immediately burned, the swapped, again, I want you guys to listen to this. Instead of being immediately burned, the swapped hot will instead be kept as a reserve currency to provide liquidity to Holofuel holders. Holofuel will have no supply limit. And this is why I try to tell you guys, please do your own research, because there's everybody out there talking, oh man, I'm going to get rich off of Holofuel. How are you going to do that? It literally has no supply limit, which means that it is unlimited. Rather, it is designed to be a dynamic and incorporate a credit system allowing users to have negative balances. The supply will be controlled algorithmically. This is how a number of projects have really got messed up, including what was his name with Do Kwon? That project. Because it was algorithmically, right? Contracting and expanding in response to demand as the relationships between users and negatives and positive balances change. Holo intends for this to cause the price of its tokens to remain relatively stable from moment to moment rather than the project be wild speculative price swings. I don't understand. I get it, but you can't control this. It says the supply will be controlled algorithmically. That means the computer is going to be behind it, which means that can be controlled. It can be controlled. It can be controlled. I don't care what any of you guys say. I'm going to say this again. It can be controlled. And let's take it a step further. How will the Holo organization, because they said that they were going to make sure that big companies and organizations don't have like a bunch of Holo ports and stuff like that. I think they're almost done with making Holo ports. But how are they going to control that? What is stopping someone from buying a bunch of computers, putting them in different households or business organizations and saying, okay, you're going to be allocated for pulling in Holofuel? This is very tricky. This is the reason why I think hot is so important. The Holo network acts as a bridge between centralized internet and Holochain, which does not rely on traditional blockchain technology. As such, it does not rely on global consensus to secure its networks. Rather, each dApp has its own set of validation rules and a local hash chain on which it can store cryptographically signed records. When data is transmitted across multiple nodes, random peers act as validators, receiving data and verifying that it follows the correct rules. Validators use a gossip protocol to share data among one another and warn of bad data or blacklist bad actors. According to its development team, Holo is designed to be decentralized as possible in order to reduce the risk associated with giving any one entity too much power. The connection between hosts and applications is end-to-end encrypted, and Holo uses a globally distributed network of servers. So they're attempting to create a globally distributed network of servers, i.e. my Holoport, and others out there. And I think that's a very smart idea, obviously. But again, if there's the 1% transaction fee that they're going to receive, and then this whole thing with this algorithm. I don't like algorithms. I don't. Because some people can play with the algorithms. And going to this is the reason why. Now, the white paper for hot is about to change. Hot and Holofuel, the white paper that's coming out, because Arthur Brock said he's going to redo it, it's going to change. So be on the lookout for that. And once that changes, it's going to be listed. I personally believe, I don't know, I think it's personally going to be listed on exchanges. I just do. So, yeah. Anyways, excuse me, I'm going to leave it at that because you guys know I can ramble on forever. As I always say, Do your own research, do your own research, do your own research. And last but not least, above all else, people, above all else, please stay safe out there. It's going to be very interesting these next 2 to 3 months. Actually, the next year is going to be interesting, especially as the halving is coming up. And I know a lot of people are talking about the halving, but you just, guys, if you haven't been in the crypto space, you just do not understand. You just don't understand. Many of you have been here. Remember when Hot was like what it was before, a long time ago? Remember when I had like Mr. 100 was here? I know he remember. I had like 100 subscribers, 101 subscribers, and then Hot took off, and then I had like, 4,000 subscribers, and then it really took off in March, and then I had like 7,000 subscribers, and then obviously I've gone down from there. And I suspect, as I'm pretty much the only person who has consistently been talking about Holochain and Holo and all of this stuff, I suspect that once it takes off, that I'm going to increase in my subscribers. They're going to ask me to make better videos and sound better and do everything better and everything else in between. But I'm just going to give it to you raw and real. I'm still going to critique. You know, I got a lot of people, a lot of crypto Holochain fans that don't like me, right? A lot of Holochain fans don't like me because I give you guys the truth. And like I said, I talk about other things as well. But there's a reason why I say I call myself the Crypto Truth, where I give you the truth as I see it. So I'm going to give you the truth as I see it, and it's very, very likely because of my balanced point of view, and I'm pretty much balanced across all of my life. Because of my balanced point of view and the way I see things, everybody just gonna hate me. Everybody's just gonna hate me because I'm just not tied to any one project or one thing or anything. So a lot of Bitcoin people don't like me either because I tell them that Bitcoin is going to be a store of value. It's going to be the best store of value. It is not going to be used all the time by poor people. Poor people or people with not a lot of money are not even going to be able to get into Bitcoin. So, or why even get into Bitcoin when there are other things to invest in? That's my own personal opinion. So, anyway, all of this is going to change. Hot is an ERC token that will be convertible to Holo Fuel during the swap period. It will be exchanged with 101 for Holo Fuel on the Holo Reserve. So, there you go. Holo Fuel is the internal microcurrency. That's why there's so much that powers the Holo hosting network. Holo Fuel is a mutual credit cryptocurrency capable of billions of daily transactions. And this is just because they're just trying to make the whole, they want to make sure that so much can be run on Holochain and the Holo network. I think it's going to be great. I still think they got a long ways to go as far as their business and organization is concerned. But yeah, you guys, please, by all means, do your I'm not going to get into any of this. I'm not going to do it. So, as I always say, do your own research, do your own research, do your own research. And last but not least, above all else, people, please, please, please stay safe out there, okay? Bye, you guys.